Alright. So now that Franziska von Karma is gone, we can now look at Acro's room. See what else we can find. Oh, my! Nodding. Yeah, but... Wait a minute, is he in a wheelchair? You must be Phoenix Wright. Yes. Pleased to meet you. I'm Ken Dingling? Ken Dingling? I feel like that's supposed to be a pun on something, but it's not coming to mind. I have an inkling as to what the Dingling is referencing, but I don't know. Here at the circus, everyone just calls me Acro. Mr. Acro? How do you know my name? The detective told me. He said you definitely show up here. Acro, you're a member of this circus as well? That's right. I mainly performed on the tightrope or the flying trapeze. But nowadays, all I perform is in my wheelchair. Acro, why did you join the circus? When I was a kid, my parents failed miserably at the business. Then one night, they decided to run away from it all, without me. The only person who was willing to take my parents' place was the ringmaster. The ringmaster took such incredible care of me. He was truly a lifesaver. It seems like the ringmaster was truly a saint. He was. That's why I decided to do something very important. I decided that I would devote my entire life to finding a way to repay him. And now, look how someone repaid him for all the good in his life. It's such a shame. Sometimes I think that he was almost too kind. Perhaps he was too kind to his performers. Perhaps he was too kind to his daughter. I wonder if he spoiled Regina. Regina is so cute. She's truly a princess. Truly a princess? Are you sure that's a good thing? Uh-oh. I think we stumbled on a sore spot. Do I detect a hint of grudge against Regina? I'm sorry to ask, but why are you in a wheelchair? The nerves in my legs were badly damaged. And you can't walk now? I can't even stand now. And since I live on the 3rd floor, I can't even leave this building by myself. That's awful. Wait a minute, how does he get in and out? I wonder now. The accident happened during an acrobatics session, right? Cyclops! It doesn't seem like Acro's injuries were acrobatic in nature. What's on your mind, Mr. Wright? Well, exactly when were you injured? It's been almost 6 months since I was hurt. I injured my legs during practice. 6 months ago. What in the world went on at the circus then? I stopped by yesterday and noticed that you weren't in your room. I was at the hospital all day yesterday. Ah, you went there for rehabilitation? What about the murder? Of course I knew about it. I spoke with the police before they allowed me to go to the hospital. Before I got the call from the prosecutor, I was convinced that it was all a dream. Huh? I just couldn't believe it when I saw what I saw. What you saw? Jeez, that sounded really ominous. What did you see, Acro? That night, I was in bed sleeping when I heard a huge sound coming from below my window. I see. The scene of the crime was right below your window. That's when I looked out the window. What did you see? He was flying straight up into the air. He? Maximilian Galactica. What? That's what I thought he'd say. You're absolutely positive that it was Max you saw flying? I'm absolutely sure. There's no doubt in my mind. Nick? Let me just, out of curiosity, see what we might be up against with these Cyclops. About the wheelchair. I have to ask you, how are you injured? I'm sorry, I thought we talked about this. It was an accident that happened during the practice. An accident during practice? Yes. Unfortunately, acrobats are prone to all sorts of injuries. He's lying. If that were the real cause, he'd have no reason to keep it secret. Acro, are you really telling me a practice accident was the cause of your injury? Yep, and I'm really low, which means if this is the only Cyclock episode that I got, I basically cannot afford to lose any more. I'd be starting with half health, essentially. Practice accident was the cause of your injury. And there's nothing that sticks out right now, so we'll have to check this later. I don't think I have enough evidence yet. I should investigate and gather some more clues before I try again. Money's a great friend to me. That pile of treasure over there is his collection, huh? It is indeed. Money will bring anything back with him. Aw, that's so cute. Yeah, I'm not great with the ladies, but I seem to be pretty popular with the animals. Yeah, so I see. I wonder. Regina. She's cool, isn't she? Can you believe such a cute girl is an animal tamer? Another sore spot. It seems animals are not the only things she tames. Huh? Max, the ringmaster, Ben, she's got them all under her thumb. What do you mean by that? I'm not sure, but I think each case has at least 2 Cyclock segments, so you have an attempt to get back to full health. That's good to know. The closer I could get to full health, especially all things considered, the better. I already foolishly toyed with the threat of pressing in the last trial day. Maybe I went a bit overboard. It's just Regina's innocence. She was incredibly sheltered as a child. I'd say it seems that way. That's why she could be so cruel. What? No climaxing when you get to full health again, please. Can I at least charge up like a Saiyan? Regina's just like animals. She's just like the animals she claims to tame. She's innocent, thus she can be cruel. I wonder what happened between Acro and Regina. The ringmaster, he was even more than a father to me. No! Ah! When he took me in, the circus was in bad shape. It was obvious that he had no real way of supporting us. What does he mean by us? Is that why you started with acrobatics? Back then, I was only 9 years old. I begged the ringmaster to let me try, and he finally gave in. Having a kid in the circus was probably the last thing in the world he wanted. I just wanted to be helpful, so I could help the ringmaster. That's such a nice story. The ringmaster really believed in Mo, 100%. What will happen to the circus now that the ringmaster's gone? The beginning of the Lawrence Curls era, I suppose. Oh boy, I wonder if he's really alright to let Mo run the show. Mr. Wright, you don't know much about Mo, I suspect. Not you, Mo. You can see right through me. Aw, Nick, you can't let him get to you like that. You're an attorney. I was hoping you could shed some light on Ben. Well, he'll always be here. And as long as he's here, he really can only continue to be a ventriloquist. Whether that's a good thing for him or not, I'm afraid I can't really say. What does he have to say about Max? You want to know about Max? Well, his colleagues in the circus all seem to hate him. I wonder why. What about you, Acro? Well, I've got my issues with him as well. But he just also happens to have a diamond shining in his soul. A diamond shining in his soul? The so-called diamond in the rough. I guess you could say it's his pride as a performer. We didn't have that pride in ourselves before Max arrived. Honestly, I think he brought something wonderful to the circus when he came. Acro, this guy is really different from the other members of the circus. Well, I don't think there's anything else we can really... Well, wait a minute. There might be something we can examine. Ew! It's a huge pile of trash. One man's trash is another monkey's treasure. I guess you're right. Look, they're all shiny things. It's even got a motorcycle exhaust. Wait a minute. Motorcycle exhaust? What do they call this thing? Oh, tuba, right? Of course it's a tuba, silly. You didn't know that? Hey, it's a picture of Regina. Well, she's a shining beauty. No objections here. It's monkey out. Okay, I think there's... I don't don't think there's really much anything to look at. He's got a barbell. Look around. Everything he's got for upper body training. Wait a second. They're all... These are saints. Hey, Nick! What? I don't have this one. This barbell's a new model. Don't overdo it, Maya. You don't want to end up a muscle woman. Monkey must use this to swing around on. Go ahead, Nick. I know you want to ride on it, too. Maybe later. Hey, the net's ripped. Well, he must be prone to breaking things. He's hardcore. The net looks fine to me. You think he really plays basketball? Yeah, I think these are just extra stuff I already looked over. I was just wondering if Acro had other comments. Alright. Whoop. Not that one. Nope, no reaction out of that one. Not even from Trill. Good grief. Nope, something new here. Uh-oh, I think it's that tiger. I got a bad feeling about this. Yeah, Nick! Wonderful. Today's special must be filet of phoenix. Stay! Heal! Oh, Maya, Nick, it's good. You guys. I'm sorry. I guess I made a mistake. Oh, that's just Woof on his bad fur day. I believe that. Mistake? Yeah, a little one. I was thinking of teaching whatever primate was out there a lesson. But I was expecting more of a monkey than a human. I was waiting for money, wasn't she? A monkey? It's a pity about what happened to the ringmaster. Dad? Everyone loved him, didn't they? He must have been quite a man. He was. I love my dad so much. I hate to say it, but she doesn't seem all that broken up about her father. That's why I feel so lonely. Now that I won't be able to see him for a while. For a while? Yeah. When Leon died, I talked with my dad, and he told me that when someone dies, they just become a star in the heavens. A star? That means that my dad is looking down on me from the sky. That's why I love the night so much. I can see everyone who's gone. When someone dies, they just become a star in the heavens. It's kind of sweet. But I bet you there's no way that Maya believes that. What do you mean there's no way I believe that? Did she just read my mind? Do you think that one day I'll be a star too? Of course. You really think so? Yeah, you will, I think. I got a feeling that everyone is doing great up there in the sky. I wonder if everything's all right with Regina. Just go back and clear something up. Why'd you want to teach Money a lesson? Because he's a meanie. He's got something that means a lot to me. Something that means a lot to you? It must be something shiny, right? Actually, it's a stage costume. It's got lots of spangles. It's really beautiful. You should see it. We should? When the costume gets hit by the spotlight, it dazzles. Hey, Mr. Attorney. Huh? If you saw that monkey, you'd get my costume back for me, wouldn't you? It's really important to me. Oh, God! No middle road. Ugh. Leave it all up to us. Guess there's no turning down that request. Hey, you're really gonna do it? Alright. Let's see. Any thoughts on... it's Acro. Is he in his room today? Yes, he is. We just came back from a meeting with him. Hack the game to add a fourth option. Absolutely. Oh, brother. I hope his legs get better soon. Acro's so incredible, especially on the trapeze. The trapeze is that enormous swing hanging from the top of the tent, right? Yep, that's it. I really want to see him up there again. Acro the Acrobat. That's strange. Acro doesn't seem to have very many nice things to say about Regina. But Regina seems to like Acro just fine. Doesn't look like there's anything to look around here, so... What? Mo's gone! There's a message on the bulletin board. I'm hungry, so I'm off to get some hamburgers. Love, Mo. Hamburger. Just thinking about it is making me hungry. All of a sudden, I need a burger bad. All of a sudden, I need a new partner. Bad! Bulletin for... Boring. Maybe we should try these... Funny, I just had a burger. I could use probably a break from burgers. One way or another, I seem to be having burgers this past week. Where's the mute button when you need it? Regent. Yeah, that's what I was... That's the name of the tiger I was trying to find. No. Okay, so Max doesn't really have any interest about the acrobat. Must you always be so blunt? Shown Acro your evidence. No, I was mostly focusing on profiles, so let's go and take a look here. Acro, please take a look at this photo for us. No problem. This is how it ended for him. Such a shame. He seems awfully calm, but his eyes have a look of sorrow and profound pain. If my legs weren't like this, I would have been able to prevent this from happening. This is an absolute certainty. Acro. Maximilian Galactica, right? You'll have to forgive me, but I try not to think about it. Acro won't even look at it. It looks like something's really weighing on him. What do you think of this? I'm sorry, but I don't really know much about what goes on outside this room. Oh, sorry. Don't worry about it. No need to apologize. Money is a great friend to me. That pile of treasure over there is his collection, huh? It is indeed. Money will bring anything back with him. Aw, that's so cute. Yeah, I'm not great with the ladies. It's very popular with animals. Not the box. Wait a minute. By some wild off chance, could it be something about this? Nope. Never mind. Nope. The only other thing I could think of would be this note. What's this? That's what we want. That's what we want to know. It was posted in the cafeteria the morning before the murder. In the cafeteria? What happened? He suddenly looked incredibly serious. If it's got something to do with her, then you should go straight to the source. Her? Regina. Ask her about it. Now I think we might be getting somewhere. Let's find out. Regina, have you ever seen this before? I know what this is. Really? Well, it was in my pocket for a while. It was in your pocket? This piece of paper was in your pocket? I guess I noticed it was in there around breakfast time. Breakfast time? Yeah, I always take Acro his breakfast in the morning. That's when I also take out the trash in his room. Then I go to the cafeteria and eat my own breakfast. That's when you realized the piece of paper was in your pocket? Yep, but since I'm not a murderer, I just figured it belonged to someone else's pocket. And then what? I wondered if the person who lost it was in trouble, so... You didn't put it on the bulletin board in the cafeteria, did you? I did. I stuck it up there. How'd you know? So it was Regina who put it up there. When did this happen? The morning of the murder, I think. That explains a lot. I wonder who wrote this. The plot thickens. That's Pepper, isn't it? From the cafeteria. Huh? It's from the cafeteria? It's not? I remember seeing it there. So this was cafeteria's Pepper. You know, I'm not a big fan of Pepper. Right, Max is cool. I want to try flying someday. With Max. She's already flown off into her own little world. Nick, I want to try flying too. Okay, I'll think about it. Yep, same result. Same result on that. Ah! Clicking too fast. Well said, how's it going, buddy? Welcome on in, Striker. How are you doing today? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing okay, despite the... Well, the snow has stopped, but it's fallen nonetheless. Feeling a teeny bit tired from lack of sleep last night, but I'm doing fine otherwise. What? Something smells fantastic. So we know it can't be Mo. Wait, I know what it is. It's burgers! What face? I'm doing well, thanks. Also, it's Lighty from Discord. Oh, hi. Hi, yeah. Yeah, I remember briefly bumping into you into Discord. Right there. Oh, Mo is back! Hello, welcome to the Bistro du Cirque. Cirque, aka the cafeteria. It smells so good in here. And those burgers look great. She's drooling like she's some sort of crazed burger monster. My burgers are the best. Juicy meat, toasted buns, special sauce. They're absolutely irresistible to anyone with a hankering for a burger. One bite will send you to hamburger heaven. I bet. I can tell by the smell. Whoa, I'm getting hungry too. Those burgers must have some kind of special power. Now that the ringmaster's gone, what are you gonna do? That's all I thought about in the past 2 days. Everyone loved Russell. You heard Acro's story, haven't you? Like how he was adopted when he was younger? He calmed down a bit now, but he was livid when he heard about the murder. Acro was so upset that he said he couldn't go on. He was that upset? Yes, he was. Anyways, I gave it some thought. Maybe I should give up on trying to be a half-baked clown. I've been thinking of trying on the ringmaster's shoes. What? Really? Max would still be an issue, though. Max? He may be a bit mean and hard to work with, but it's hard to argue with his importance. He's probably the reason the circus is still around. A lot of what he says is right. Mo. All that's left is to see if anyone can get over the tragedy. You know. The tragedy, you know? What is he talking about? Get over what tragedy, Mo? Huh? Don't worry about it. It's nothing at all. Cue the Cyclops. He must mean the tragic death of the Ringmaster, right? Yes, that's it. You're right, girlie. Dang. Correctamundo. Doesn't he mean ding? Mo, I mean no disrespect here, but are you lying to us? Yeah! No, not at all. What makes you think that? Just the way you said if everyone can get over the tragedy seemed a bit strange. It sounded like you were talking about something from a long time ago. Mo, I'm right, aren't I? There we are. The second set of locks. 2 of them. So now we're getting closer to the truth. It was about 6 months ago. It was just a little accident. Give me a break. Us old men have accidents. I wear big pants for a reason. Ew! 6 months ago, huh? Exactly. Well, let's see what the Magatama tells us. Mo, please tell us what happened 6 months ago. What in the world went on at this circus? Okay, there's no need to look so scary when you ask me. Hey, look over there, some juicy burgers. Let's eat instead. Unfortunately, I'm more of a grilled chicken sandwich man myself. Actually, I've kind of gotten an idea of what happened back then. Mo, you said something about an accident. This wouldn't happen to be the cause of that accident, would it? I feel like I don't have enough to move forward. I feel like that was a repeat of something earlier. Same for here. Wait, what did she say about a mouth? Cool, that was a pretty cool effect. Planning for me to start coming out of the lion during the show. That's great, Regina. Yeah, I'll ride on Regina's back and jump out of the lion's mouth. I want to try it too. I'll ride on Nick's back and jump out of the lion's mouth. Sometimes I wonder about this girl. Oh, God. These things are huge. This was a earlier exchange, I think, from way back a few weeks ago. Ouch! Thanks a lot, Maya. Jeez, no hero? God. Doesn't seem to be anything here help us, not a single clue. You know, I've been meaning to ask you, what exactly do you mean by when you say clue? What are you looking for? A blade chainsaw, for instance. Oh, there's definitely not one of those here. Yep, nothing else to find here. Nothing here either. Wait a second. Mo's not here. What's that? I hear something. Stop it, Nick. You're scaring me. Nick, it's money! that monkey's holding something. That's it. That's the thing that means a lot to Regina, remember? All right, time to take on this monkey. Attorney style. Are you kidding me? I'm actually gonna be fighting this little hairball? Oh boy. I feel like this is gonna end in disaster, so it's either stay or... monkey. Oh boy. Ah, what the hell? Wow! Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yikes! Wow! I tried to have a monkey talk with him. I really did. Nick, you... I swiped it while the monkey was distracted. Wow, you're really on the ball today, Nick. Well, I guessed and paid off. Let me see it. Let me see it. Huh, you can see it fine from where you are. You know what I mean? I really want to try on Regina's costume. Maybe then they'll take you in the circus and I can get some peace and quiet. Oh, Nick! Ouch! What's the matter now? It doesn't fit me at all. Oh well, guess it's time for you to lay off the burgers. Oh! God damn, Nick! What the hell, Nick? That's like 2 birds in 1 minute! Jeez. Stage costume added to the court record. I'm overdue for a hydrate here. What was that for? Not while I'm drinking, man! Come on! It was Phoenix's words, not mine! Ugh, anyway. Here you go, Regina. Yay, thank you. You really got it back for me. Don't mention it. I love you, Mr. Attorney. It's nothing. No wonder guys melt too much in front of this girl. Hey, Regina. That costume is yours, right? I tried it on, but it didn't fit me. Huh? This costume? This isn't mine. It was Leon's. What? Leon's? You know, the lion she told us about? Oh, the one that someone killed? What? Hold on. Leon, he was killed, wasn't he? That's right. My dad killed him. Why? Well, Leon did something real bad during practice. During practice? Leon was sitting down and then he opened his mouth. You know, Usually when he did that, I would put my head in his mouth. Well, wait, you put your head into a lion's mouth? I sure did. The people in the crowd always loved seeing me do that. They'd always start screaming. You sure they were screaming because they loved seeing you do that? Anyways, what was the bad thing? Oh yeah, Leon bit someone during that practice. Regina, everything was all right though, right? No, it wasn't all right. That was the problem. My dad was incredibly angry. And that's when Leon... Yeah, that's when he became a star in the sky. Poor thing. I think I'm starting to put things together. Alright, just so that we don't kind of lose that progress here. I think we got a chance now. Let's see what this clown has to say. Mo, please tell us what happened 6 months ago. What in the world went on at the circus? Okay, there's no need to look so scary when you ask me. Hey, look, over there, some juicy burgers. Let's eat instead. Unfortunately, I'm more of a grilled chicken sandwich man myself. Actually, I got an idea of what happened back then. Huh? Mo, you said something about an accident. This wouldn't happen to be the cause of that accident, would it? Oop. Aha! I heard a little bit about it from Regina. Leon made a mistake during practice, right? How did you... I told them so many times. You shouldn't be doing such dangerous acts. Like putting her head inside Leon's mouth, right? Yeah, but Regina believed in Leon. She believed so strongly, and that ringmaster went along. He never could say no to her. Out of curiosity, who was bitten? Come on, Mo. Don't clam up on me now. Who did Leon bite on the head? Well, I promised I wouldn't say anything. You promised? He's involved in this, too. He's involved, huh? Mo must be talking about... Mo, is this the person that you promised you wouldn't say anything?
Take that!
It must have been Acro, right? How did you know? Come on, let's put it together. He suffered an accident that cost him, that ended up damaging the nerves in his legs. What else could have possibly happened? If it was an acrobatics accident, it would be more than just nerve damages. His legs would be broken. Don't worry about that, Mo. Getting to the bottom of this accident may help solve what happened to the ringmaster. No way. I need to know the truth about what happened to Russell. Please tell me what you know. I'm sorry, Acro. Key charge! It's just like you said, you know, the accident. Did someone die? No, but it would have probably been better if he had. What? How would that have been better? He's still alive, but when he got bit, he suffered massive brain damage. He'll never recover from the coma that he's in. Wait, coma? All he does now is lie in his bed at the hospital. And that's all he's ever going to be able to do. I see. How is he related to Acro? Is it a brother? Or just... He's his brother! Oh my god! What a guess! Huh? The person who got bit was Acro's brother. Brother? They were an acrobat team of brothers. Acro and Bat. Cute nicknames, I thought. Anyways, they were an incredible team. Cut down together in their prime. Who's Acro's younger brother? Sean Digling. But everyone always called him Bat. He fell in love with Regina. Trying to win her love was his downfall. Everyone seems to fall in love with Regina. 6 months ago, while we were practicing, all of a sudden Bat blurts out, "Let me perform with Leon." Why did he do that? I don't know, but that's what caused the accident. I'll never forget that moment. It was so strange. Leon had the weirdest look on his face. He was... smiling. Wait a minute. Oh my god, I think I know what happened. You mean Leon? Yes, Leon. When he bit down, he was smiling. I think I've pieced it together. It wasn't a willful bite. Some sick grin. No way! That's impossible! A smirking lion, a flying murderer. Why does it seem like it's always Mo who catches all these incredible events? Nick, can lions smile? We never told the police about the incident. The circus would have been shut down if we had. The next day, the ringmaster took Leon out and shot him with a rifle. So that's what really happened. Well, you guys were serious. What was I supposed to do? I had to tell you. But all this truthfulness has put me in the mood for a burger. Here, you two have some pepper. Shuck, 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 shuck. There he goes again, acting like his normal, crazy self. Achoo! Achoo! Nice, what a wonderful sneeze. Huh? You think so? You sneeze with pepper and slip on a banana peel. That's basic clownsmanship. Girlie, I know you gotta understand that. Nick, I think I'd make a good clown. Other than Regina, I've never seen a cuter sneezer. Does Regina sneeze with pepper too? She does. Bat would always tease her with Pepper. Bat? From my point of view, those two always look so perfect together. They look perfect together, huh? I have a feeling that we might have enough to move forward here, but let me just look around one last time here. It must have taken Max in for questioning again. There really isn't anything that we need to ask him right now anyway. You're right, I guess. Alright, let's go then. Ah, Mr. Wright. Back again, I see. Well, he did say I'll be back. Wait, or was that someone else? We're back because Acro's hiding why his legs were injured. He was hurt in the accident 6 months ago. It would seem that he knows that we know. Well, it seems you've got things you want to talk about, so fire away. Reveal your secrets. I have to ask you, how were you injured? I'm sorry, I thought we talked about this. It was an accident. Yep. He's lying. Acro, are you really telling me that the practice was the cause of your injury? Is it implied that it was actually Leon that did it? Take that! Leon. 6 months ago, you were attacked by the lion. That's when you were injured. I know I'm on the right track. I just need to keep going. You're saying that I was attacked by a lion? That's what I'm saying. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright, but I'm an acrobat. I'm no animal tamer. If a lion was coming at me, I'd be running for the exit. Okay, maybe attacked is not the best word to be using. So let me rephrase that as battled the lion. You seem to enjoy telling jokes. Why would I decide to battle a lion? Because you had to fight it. You had to fight it to save someone. It was your brother. Take that! Bat. It was a shame in what happened to your brother 6 months ago. You tried to save him, didn't you? And that's how you got that terrible injury. Mo. He must have told you. Yes, we learned about Bat from Mo. But he didn't mention anything about you in regards to the accident. I suppose it was just a slip of the tongue on his part. That's how I figured it out. A slip of the tongue? Anyways, they were an incredible team. Cut down together in their prime. Cut down together. That's what was where he slipped. And that's how I figured it out. You two ended up at the center of the same accident together. Like always. I see. But an accident is an accident. It wasn't anyone's fault. I still haven't broken Acro's last psych lock. This must be one incredibly deep-seated secret. It wasn't anyone's fault. Do you care to explain more? Acro, I know you're still hiding something from me. Maybe someone you don't seem to like as much as the reason you're being evasive. Regina. Take that! Regina. You always seem calm and collected until you start talking about her. Saying things like she's cruel. Well done, Mr. Attorney. You've got quite the set of eagle eyes. You know, her tiger tried to attack me. Riju tried to attack you? Twice. He wasn't serious, I'm sure. You're not trying to insinuate that I believe she spurned Leon to attack Bat, are you? Leon was never taught a command to attack people. Regina isn't capable of doing anything like that. Besides, Regina had no reason to want to hurt my little brother. Regina and Bat were such good friends back then. But you still hate Regina. I've got proof of it. What? What are you talking about? Don't. Maybe I overdid it again. But if I can hand something over to Acro, maybe it'll... Here's proof that you had it out for Regina all along. Oh boy, if I end up messing up this, then that means my recovery will be not 100%. To the murderer, you haven't forgotten what happened 6 months ago, have you? I have conclusive evidence of what took place. Is it really gonna come back to that note? We already showed him it once before. But yet, could it come back to the pepper? We know that this is pepper inside, and I've already clicked as to what happened. This is not gonna count as a second chance use because that is reserved for the trial date. This, the investigative scenes usually... It is the note. I kind of figured, especially now that we know the full context of the note, this is what it is. So let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, 5 out of 6 for the Cyclops. That's not bad. Where'd you get it? Regina posted it on the bulletin board in the cafeteria. Before that, it was in her pocket. I guess I noticed it was there around breakfast time. I always take Acro to his breakfast is in the morning. You wrote this, and then you put it in her pocket. That's right, isn't it? That's right. Well done, Mr. Wright. Charge! My legs were injured by Leon 6 months ago. My younger brother, Bat, had a dare with Regina. A dare? An absurd dare. If I can put my head inside of Leon's mouth like you do, you have to go to the movies with me on a date. That's insane! Didn't he know how dangerous that is? You all thought he was being stupid, too. But that line was very old to begin with, and age brought with it countless experience in doing that very trick. Unfortunately, this particular time, I guess Leon wasn't ready or willing, and that's when the accident happened. He just wanted to take her out. To the movies. Poor Bat. When Leon chomped down, I jumped towards him. Then Leon attacked me, and that's how I ended up. What about Bat? He's still in a coma. I went to the hospital yesterday to visit him. I see. I'm still waiting for him to open his eyes again. And that's the reason why I keep going. Bat and Regina, they were such great friends. Oh yeah, I want you to take a look at this. What is it? This is the scarf my brother was wearing when Leon attacked him. Gross! It's covered in blood! This scarf. It was a present from Regina to my brother on the day of the accident. When he did it, he looked like he was smiling. He? Leon, obviously. Oh! Oh! When he bit down on Bat's head, the expression on Leon's face looked like a grin. It was laced with pepper. Nick! I know! Oh, Mo said the same thing. What do you think it all means? I'll be taking that scarf if you don't mind. Miss Von Karma? I've already heard everything, so hand over the scarf. But the scarf is evidence in the trial. That is for me to decide. I think these should begin our preparations now, Acro. Preparations? I served a summons to Acro to appear in the court tomorrow as a witness. Acro, we'll talk more at the prosecutor's office. Acro, a witness? Come, Acro, let's go to the office. Yes, ma'am. Now what do we do, Nick? How are we going to handle tomorrow? Don't worry about it. I'll figure something out. Look at you all full of confidence. You must have found something you can use. This is all beginning to come together now. To be continued. Well, by all intents and purposes, this is Let's see here. So this is the, what, second day of the trial? Usually, case 3 usually extends it out 2 trial days. So that means this is the second longest trial. The last one is going to be either full 3 days, much like the last game. Am I on the right track on guessing that, Miles? Good morning, Max.
Oh, yeah, yes. Good morning, sweeties.
You don't seem like your usual sparkling self today.
I'm always like this before I go in front of an audience. I'm working up to it.
Don't get nervous, Maxie. Here, have a glass of milk. Regina!
How fabulous, my sweetie pie princess. You came to watch my performance today?
Of course I did. Mo told me that I should come and watch this.
Mo said that?
So, what kind of performance will you put on today? Let me guess, you'll fly at the end?
It's not that kind of show. Isn't that right, my sweeties?
Huh?
I think my sweetie pie princess doesn't... yeah, she doesn't seem to realize what's going on. Or even where she is.
Well, Max, it looks like it's time to raise the curtain.
Maybe.
I'll see you later. Today I'm just a member of the audience.
Fabulous. Enjoy yourself out there.
Good luck, Max. You're the best. Regina's different, don't you think, Nick?
Top of the morning to you. Everybody, let's get ready to get stuck in legal limbo. How low can you go? Mo. Top of the morning to you, governor. Top of the morning to you, governor. Oh, brother. Top of the morning. That's the ticket. Attack of the day starts with energy in the morning. The early bird gets a worm, but then again, worms lack higher brain function. Dear Max, I brought you a present. Have some milk. Bye. Thanks. What's with the milk?
So, how you doing today, Wright?
Well, I've got a feeling that today I'm going to face off against the real culprit.
You mean Acro?
Huh? You think he did it?
Be careful. He's used to putting his life on the line. Literally. He's got guts to spare.
If all I've got to worry about is how thin the tightrope is, I'm used to it already. It just means that I won't be able to press him like I can other witnesses.
What are you gonna do then, Nick?
I guess today we'll just have to do without our usual psychological warfare. Okay. Miles, you can answer this. Am I going to presume that that means pressing is not gonna work? I have to basically nail him fast and hard with the contradictions if I can find them. Today, we rely on evidence. It's the only way we'll get past Acro and to the truth.
You're right, but it's gonna be tough.
No. Anyways, I want you to make sure that Regina sees all today. It's important. Then she'll finally have to deal with the reality of what happened to her father.
You want us to make sure Regina watches?
Yes. That's why I brought her here to court today.
What's that supposed to mean?
She needs to know that when people die, they don't just become stars. I may be an old-fashioned clown, but I don't believe in people becoming stars. No. So I am free to press wherever I think I can. 10 a.m. Order on the court. Will everyone please rise? Court is now in session for the trial of Maximilian Galactica. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well. Miss Von Karma, you may proceed with your case. The prosecution would like to revise its previous theory of events. What's the meaning of this? We have discovered a new witness, or shall I say, a new eyewitness. One that saw Maximilian Galactica fly off from the scene of the crime. Order, order! I have a feeling something like this would come up. Due to this revision, we are now prepared to explain how the defendant flew that night. An explanation the prosecution will present if need so arises. In fact, my detective stayed up all night creating a mock-up of the scene, on my orders. Poor Gumshoe. Very well, please call your witness to the stand. Time to get to work. Or shall I say, time to walk the courtroom tightrope. Oh my goodness. Name and occupation. Ken Dingling, but everyone calls me Acro. I'm employed as an acrobat at the Very Big Circus. Where were you the night of the crime? I was in my room that night. If you look
If you look at the map, you will see the witness's room is near the crime scene.
My room is on the 3rd floor. The crime scene is below my window.
The night of the crime, the witness saw something quite shocking. Would you tell us what you witnessed?
Okay. It was just after 10 p.m. and I was resting in my bed. Around that time, I heard a large thump noise from outside the window. Then, a few moments later, I saw someone flying right by my window. It was Max Galactica. I only saw him from behind, but that's who it looked like. To be honest, when I saw that, I thought I was dreaming. This witness's testimony matches up exactly with that of the clown.
If that's the case, there is very little the prosecution will need to add. All that's left is to explain how the defendant disappeared into the sky that night.
Before we get that far, I'd like to cross-examine the witness.
A foolish choice by a foolish fool who wishes to feel the foolish sadness of a sad fool. A man must know the proper timing for things, Mr. Wright. Just like your old friend, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, did.
Mr. Wright, do you have a problem with the witness's testimony? In the words of Miss Von Karma, may I quote yesterday's proceedings?
There's no way that actually happened.
Very well, you may proceed with your cross-examination.
I mean, that's...
Your room is on the 3rd floor, right?
Yes.
And you said that you were resting in bed.
That is correct.
But you were still able to hear a sound from the outside?
I was indeed.
Pressing acro doesn't seem to get results. Maybe something was contradictory in what he just said right now.
Nothing wrong. Yeah, let me...
What's the matter, Mr. Wright?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Until I can find a clear contradiction, I should tread lightly.
Are you sure it was a human being? It could have been a mannequin, or perhaps a large action figure.
Well, setting aside the possibility of a mannequin, an action figure is plausible.
You have no need to mince words with Mr. Phoenix Wright. Testify to the truth and only the truth, just as if it were there with you that night.
I believe it was a human.
Damn, I just strengthened his testimony. I wonder if Factor statement jives with the facts. Find something.
The light in your room was turned off then, right?
That's true. I was going to bed after all.
So, with the lights off, you were still able to clearly see a human fly by your window?
The safety lights lit things up enough for me to see. But honestly, there was only enough light for me to see the silhouette outside my window. It was the person's back, so I couldn't see the white roses on the front. Did you see any of the other symbols?
I clearly saw the silk hat, as well as the cloak wrapped around his body.
I'm convinced that the person I saw was Max Galactica. The more I press him, the less results I seem to get. But maybe there was something fishy with his latest bit of testimony. Continue to try. Better not overdo it. When did you start thinking that what you saw wasn't a dream? That's not important. I believe that the prosecution has done a bit of maintenance on the witness's memory. Just to make sure, let's ask the witness. Oh! Objection!
Sustained.
Don't sustain that! Akra must be lying about what he saw, right? Of course he is. Now the challenge will be to expose his lies in court. Well, put the pedal to the metal, Nick. You said that you were resting in bed. One would assume that you turned the lights off in your room, correct? That's correct, but there are safety lights around the outside of the lodging house. It's so bright, sometimes that can make it hard to sleep. If that's the case, wouldn't it be a good idea to close some curtains? I never really thought of that. I guess it means I'm off to buy some curtains. Sometimes I do make myself useful in these chambers. Ow! Well, the witness will proceed with his testimony. Okay, that was obviously... Right off the bat, this is something. Gosh, they really are throwing a hardball here. That's who it looks like. I have a feeling like, hey, my gut instinct tells me need to further press on this. But now I'm having second thoughts. Yeah, I hate to use up a chance already. So, at the very least, a hint. What statement should I focus on pressing on? What statement should I press and focus a contradiction on? I'm not sure myself. Oh boy. So the beginning and end statements don't really matter at this point, so it's got to be one of these three. My gut instinct is leading me to this statement. But what could I possibly present that would potentially contradict any of the statements? Good, the thump might have been the box? Oh boy, this is really starting to get maddening here. Ugh. Alright, someone look it up at this point, because I'm absolutely stumped as to how... So you stump on this first step, because I have multiple ideas going through my head, but none of them stick out. I'm just gonna proceed with my gut on this one. Yeah, this is the... Okay, this is the statement. There's a huge contradiction with the testimony the witness just given. If there's a contradiction, then prove it with evidence. She's right. Let's see some evidence. Do you have any evidence to support your claim of contradiction? Well, I just went on my gut on that one. I would still count this as just the first chance. So what evidence could possibly contradict it? It's not going to be a profiles if it's going to be hard evidence. Oh, I figured it out. Because he recognized the hat, but the hat was apparently left at the crime scene. You claim to have seen the exact same thing Mo saw that night. Do you stand by that? What do you mean? The silk hat. What about the silk hat? Yep. I saw it on Max's head fly by the window. Well, you should have tried looking down out of your window that night. That would have been quite difficult considering the state that I'm in. Just looking outside the window was tough enough to challenge for me. That's a shame, because you would have noticed the silk hat found on the scene. That's the ringmaster's hat, right? Afraid not. No matter how you look at it, this is Max's silk hat. Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Are you saying that Max has two silk hats? No. This is a handmade, one-of-a-kind model made only for Maximilian Galactica. Which means, Acro, that you've been fibbing on the stand. Order, order! As always, it looked like someone just had to open their mouth before thinking. Are you okay, Nick? Well, I opened my big mouth, and now I have to back it up. How about it, Mr. Wright? What would cause the witness to commit Oh, God, what? It wouldn't be a grudge against Max, as much as much of his, like, indignant grudge was more toward Regina than Max, so the first answer would be out of the question. And he wouldn't be able to get down without any help. And I don't think it would be that he was dreaming, so that only leaves the one possibility is that he was the culprit. Your Honor, on this occasion, the defense accuses Acro himself. On this occasion? Accuses Acro? What in the world are you accusing him of? Obviously, we accuse him of the murder of Mr. Russell Berry. Mr. Wright, are you serious? Deadly serious, Your Honor. I think your trips to the circus have served you well. You seem to have learned how to try and grab the audience's hearts and minds. Your Honor, don't allow yourself to be swayed by theatrics. Trying to wow the crowd with smoke and mirrors is the oldest bluff in the book. Really? If you don't believe me, just look at the witness. He's calm enough for it to almost be scary. What the hell? He's staying rather calm and collected, and this frickin' hummingbird is poking my head! Mr. Dingling, do you have any response to the defense's accusation? I don't really need to say a thing, do I? What do you mean? Everyone, take a good look at me. I can't even stand up by myself, let alone leave the lodging house. That's true. I understand that Mr. Wright is just trying to help his client. But to do this by accusing me of murder of all things... See, even a sliver of common sense makes it clear the accusation is ludicrous. She's right. Way to pick on Sable, you heartless, cruel man. Phoenix is a poopy head. See that, Mr. Phoenix Wright? If you're trying to drum up support from the peanut gallery, that's how you do it. I think that's enough of this little game. I've got a doctor's note to confirm that Acro is unable to stand under his own power. Maybe the defense is planning on making a claim to counter this as well? I can hear the defense now. Acro had an accomplice. What do you say about this, Mr. Wright? Did Acro have an accomplice? I don't know. Part of me kind of thinks that the coma might be an act. I don't know. But I don't want to put my whole stock in that whole thing. Need the answer? It's only gonna cost me one if I decide to give the wrong profile, but I have a hunch. It's impossible for Acro to be the murderer in this case. If that's the case, then it's natural for one to consider possible accomplices. You don't say. Not good, not good. This isn't going to end well. Don't tell me you think you're going to get off easy. What? You must not have heard the sound just now. Maybe it wasn't clear enough. The sound of you falling into your own trap can be hard to notice sometimes. Mr. Wright, it seems as if you won't be stopping at Acro, but will be making other accusations. If Acro did not have an accomplice, things are not looking good for you. I understand, Your Honor. Very well. Let's continue. Who perchance could happen to be Acro's accomplice? God, this is really causing me to throw down. This is really wanting me to throw down my chances, just going out the window left and right. Am I at least on the right track as to thinking he could have an accomplice? Hint? Yeah, that's my second intro quest for a hint. God, I was doing so good, and then this happens. My original theory was that the coma could be just an act, and somehow Bat is it, but that's far-fetched. It has to be. It's not human. You've got to be kidding me. Is it possibly money? Is it really gonna come down to the monkey? He's the only one that seems to be close to it, so it would kind of make sense in that. And Leon is dead, so... You don't say! Uh-oh, this is suddenly looking very bad. Don't tell me think you're gonna get off that easy. What? Oh, did you hear that? Foundation. Yes, Mr. Wright. Do you have any proof that this person you've accused was indeed an accomplice? Spend another hint and I'll tell you. Ugh. I can't believe I have to use up all of my chance lights just on this one leg alone. Then I'm completely on my own then going forward. Alright, what is it? The chat delay is stupid. Well, it's set up intentionally so then that way there's no lag. Oh my god, what? I just happened to look down and my bit rate just went through the roof. Ugh. Oh, God. Well, anyway. Yeah, I intentionally set up a 2-second delay. for this to try and make the stream smooth as possible, especially since real time can get iffy depending on internet connection. Ugh. Anyway, I dropped my final hint reluctantly. So what is it? God damn it, man! So then now what? How do I back out of this? Do I really have to just take the hit? Ugh. Yeah, because I can't back out. Ugh. I'm just gonna present just to get out of this. Ugh. What are you doing, Nick? He did. Just take the damn hit. Now that this must have been when we hear the name Mystery Accomplice. And not this time, Von Karma. What? You're not going to sucker me into this one. What are you blabbering about, Mr. Wright? There was no accomplice. Acro planned to commit this murder all by himself. Order! Order! What are you getting at? Way to keep them on their toes, Nick. Now I'm going to have to prove how it all fits together. I have to show how Acro murdered Russell Berry. Can you do it, Nick? Can you really do that? I know what I can't do. I can't stop now. If I stop attacking, I'm doomed. Alright, then let's do it. Mr. Phoenix Wright. If this witness is the killer, then his eyewitness account is all lies, right? Mr. Wright, I'd like you to clear up something for me. When the crime was committed, exactly where was Mr. Dingling? Sorry, I thought the monkey did help him some way, but the game did specify if Acro came up with a murder to help. That was my fault. Okay. So you're the moderator. In that case, being that it was just error of recollection of how this goes, would that warrant a refunding of one of my chance lights then? Not all of them, because I used the first one legitimately, but those spending the last two, would that, in your opinion, justify refunding those? He was not on the 3rd floor. He would have been down here. I would say so. Alright. Alright. There's no way he was anywhere but exactly right here. Just at BRB because of the chat delay. In the plaza? He was at the scene of the crime itself? You're right, though. The murder would have had to have met the victim. Ow! Miss Von Karma, stop it! You will be quiet and refrain from striking people. The fitness could not have possibly left the lodging house on his own. Not to mention what Mr. Phoenix Wright just said. There was no accomplice, remember? Yeah, you're right. You think I could get another chance? Wait just one moment. 1 minute. Don't forget about my proverbial whip as well. Ugh. Mr. Wright, I'd like... Okay, this looks like it's gonna have to come down to another... Okay, I still got plenty of life here, so... Plaza's out of the question. Saying he was on the 3rd floor, I think, would just only confirm his lie. So it has to be somewhere else. Why am I getting the feeling that it would be the Ringmaster's room, if only for the fact that Max's cloak and hat were still there? Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna have to use up another legit chance here. So I have multiple little things. I'm trying to see where this is at. Welcome on in, Wolf. Hope you're doing well. I just used up another chance, and we're trying to locate where Acro actually was. It wouldn't be in the vicinity of the lodging house. Saying he was on the 3rd floor would only affirm his lies, and I just got nicked for this. So that means it would have had to have been somewhere... Remember, if Acro can't move on his own, had no accomplice, where would he be? It would be on... He would still be on the 3rd floor? No, wait a minute. No, if he was... If he had no accomplice and was not able to make it up to the 3rd floor, would he still be in the big top? He had no accomplice. Where would he be? He would still be in the big Urkus big top. That's the only other logical thing. What? That location is clearly on the crime. But I suppose if you said he was in his room, he wouldn't have been... Ow! Is it really going back to his 3rd room? I feel like that would have just... Is it really gonna come back to his 3rd floor room? Ugh. That's what I thought. I was ignoring that because I thought that would just only affirm his lie, but if it is his room... He was obviously here the entire time. That's Acro's room. Pretty simple, eh? Acro wasn't able to leave the lodging house by himself. In that case, there can only be one correct answer. Acro didn't leave his room to kill the ringmaster. What? Are you nuts? What say you, Mr. Dingling? It's an interesting theory. That's it? Considering that what you proposed is impossible, yes, that's it. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. As the witness has stated, your assertion is impossible. As he is in a wheelchair, there's no way he could go to the scene or be the killer. You've got a point. It seems you've forgotten once again, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The defendant was clearly spotted at the scene of the crime. That's true. Most said that he saw Max, didn't he? But Maya, it's still impossible for humans to fly. Do you mind if I ask a question, Mr. Wright? What is it? I understand some of your logic. However, how do you think that I killed him? If I can't leave my room, I obviously couldn't wear Max's costume. How did he do it? That's the next course of this legal buffet. Be careful, Nick. If you mess up here... She's right. I can't mess up here. I've got to give this one some serious thought. I'm sure that Acro killed the ringmaster, and he did it while he was in his room. No doubt about it. Time to enlighten us on how Mr. Dingling committed the crime, Mr. Wright. Ah! Damn it. This case has gone on from smooth sailing to just absolute nutters. And nothing in the evidence sticks out to me. So I feel like I can't present anything yet. Yeah, none of the evidence sticks out to me as to what could prove it. Not yet, at least. Yeah. I'm gonna have to say it can't present evidence now because nothing sticks out yet as to how it could be. I think we'll finally be graced with an explanation. Don't push it, Von Karma. What?
You aren't gonna suck me in this time. I'm smart enough to know when I don't have the cards to play and my hand sucks right now. What do you mean, Mr. Wright? He means that everything you said up until now has all been nonsense. It's true, right? If you can't establish proof of your murder theory, then it's nonsense. He's trying to fool us by playing some misdirection game. It looks like this isn't going to pass muster. Nick, easier said than done. I'm going to present some evidence. Ugh. So what did Mr. Dingley use to commit the crime of murder against Russell Berry? Oh, my poor head. This is not... what testimony were you at? No, well, way past testimony. It's basically saying, I have to present something. The answer is I present something. I've already been dinged. It wouldn't be the box, because if it was the box, it would have been on top of him, not under him. So what did Mr. Dingley use to commit the crime of murder against Russell Berry? Ugh. I'd hate to do this already, but I'm gonna have to use up my final chance life because... Okay, what's the answer here? What could he possibly have used to kill him? Because nothing logistically sticks out to me. It can't be the box. The bust? Because it was missing. What's that? A picture? It is indeed. The problem is with the item that's shown in the picture. The bust? It's quite a large bust, and because it is life-size, it is also very, very heavy. Heavy? Heavy enough to guarantee a certain death, especially if it was dropped from a third-story window. Ah! See, this is how Acro was able to kill the Ringmaster, with the force of gravity and Maximilian Galactica's ample bust. Order! So you're saying the bust fell onto the Ringmaster? A rather simple crime. Even if you were stuck in a wheelchair, it would be incredibly easy to commit. How could you possibly wheel a wheelchair with something so heavy? It's impossible! Well, Acro is an acrobat. He should have more than enough upper body strength to carry something like the bust. Mr. Dingling, how do you respond to these charges? Well, Acro's at a loss for words. Should be. He knows that I'm getting close to the truth. Well. Oh, Acro, you can't run away from things now. Ow! I'd watch what I'd say if I were you, Mr. Phoenix, Wright. What? Your Honor, the physical health of the witness is material to this case. I demand that we get proper testimony from the witness himself. Testimony, you say. Von Karma. She's just using his testimony as a ruse to stall for time. There's absolutely no need for such testimony. The defense has its version of the murder. The prosecution has the right to respond. The defense objection is overruled. Why can't you see things my way once in a while? Mr. Dangling, I'm sorry, but we need you to testify about your physical condition. If you have any doubts about your ability to testify, we can request expert testimony. The witness will have no problems. However, let's all be respectful towards him. Thank you. Ugh, that woman will sink to any low to win a case. I suppose I could have lifted something the size of that bust. I have a strong upper body from working as an acrobat, and only my legs were injured. However, lifting the bust and looking out of the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. That makes it impossible for me to have known the location of the Ringmaster's head. Thus, it would be unrealistic for me to drop the bust on him, don't you think? I have no doubts in regards to this witness's testimony. It was impossible for him to lift the bust and stick himself out far enough to look. Not to mention that he could not have known the location of the Ringmaster's head. A single false step would have led to even more severe injuries. That's what I was thinking. What's your opinion on the matter, Mr. Wright? I'd still like to proceed with my cross-examination. He's simply stalling. It's shameful, really.
Ugh, I can't let her get to me. I've got to focus. And intensity. Okay, now I got where this is. Yeah. Unfortunately, you're not allowed to say anything. My chances are gone. That's your warning. Have you ever lifted up the bust before? No, I've never actually lifted it up with my own 2 hands, but I should get to it. But should I get to it, don't you think? I can't let money outdo me on this. Money? That crazy monkey has lifted Max's bust before? Please continue with your testimony, Mr. Dingling. Should we give you an easy mode where... Should we give you an easy mode where you get 5 chances instead? I'm seeing this through to the end, one way or another. So, what have you been doing to keep in shape? Well, honestly, I've been giving up on training. I don't have any plans to return to the trapeze or tightrope. You don't say. But no offense, I'm not worried about losing to you in a race or anything. Neither am I, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I wouldn't lose either, Slowpoke. I mean, Nick. Whoa, whoa, whoa. How did the discussion turn to me all of a sudden? I suppose you could say that I'm stronger than the average bear. However, lifting the bust... impossible. And why is that? Because if I were to do that, I'd end up falling out the window myself. Fine, this is for making me on Discord. Oh, shit. Ow! Come on! I still haven't gotten much feeling back in my legs yet. So you couldn't have thrown that bust out of the window? How long do you think your recovery will take? You have to remember that my nerves were severely damaged. I'm currently undergoing some extremely intensive rehabilitation, but it's still going to take a while before I'm back to 100%. Let me remind you of another very important point. If the fitness was carrying the bust, you would not be able to see out the below the window. Why do you say it would be impossible? Allow me to explain. You accept that if I was carrying the bust, I couldn't see out below the window? Thus, there's no way I would know the location of the ringmaster's head. Well, I suppose you got a point. Hey, Nick, huh? What if you turned things around? Maybe if you think it's sort of like this. If he knew the location of the ringmaster's head, then he could drop the bust. That does make sense. If only I could prove somehow. That actor knew the location of the ringmaster's head without looking down. I think I've already explained things sufficiently. If all you had to do was drop it, then it would have been no problem at all. If I had to do was drop it, you're right, I could have done that. However, there's no way I could land a direct hit on the ringmaster's head. So that kind of makes your theory a bit pointless, doesn't it, Mr. Wright? Actor is strong enough to lift up the bust. The main problem is how he could have aimed for the ringmaster's head. I wonder if the snow has something to do with it. I wonder if you used some kind of tool to aim for the ringmaster. That's the ticket, Nick. Show him what you got. I have to be careful. I have to find something that fits perfectly with this case. I don't remember finding any sort of tool, but maybe we overlooked something. I think we can present something here. But I just gotta present the right thing. Nope. Nope. The map wouldn't help. I'm going off on my gut. If he happens to have seen where the snow tracks were. That's my only hunch. Wait, let me just refresh on the press here, so I know... If he knew the location of the ringmaster's head, then he could drop the bust. Thanks for the pets, I think. And for those that might be watching, thinking the pets might affirm the answer, that could affirm that I'm on the right track, but what, let's just say that's an actual affirmative. I think inking the crime scene photo, the snow, is what could probably do it. Acro, you didn't really need to lean out the window, didn't you? Did you? What are you driving at, Mr. Wright? You already knew ahead of time where the ringmaster's head was going to be. Quite precisely, I may add. Your silly hinting at things is pointless! Mr. Phoenix Wright, enough stalling! How about you show us some evidence? But I did such a good job hinting. Yes, hurry up and explain things, Mr. Wright. Maybe you should look at this. The key point here is the wooden box. The same wooden box that the victim was found hunched over. The same. The question is, who placed the wooden box here? Who? When Ben and company saw the ringmaster, they did see a hold of the box. Okay, I was on the right track, but I had the wrong, idea. Which means that this wooden box was already placed at the scene of the crime. I have to admit that your theory makes a lot of sense. The moment that the bust came falling down was exactly the same moment that the ringmaster lifted up this wooden box. Which means that the answer to all these questions is now crystal clear. You mean, if the bust were to fall upon the point marked out by the wooden box, there would be no way that it could miss the head of the victim. No! Thanks, pets. My brain could use the massages. Oh. Order! This is unbelievable. Finally, some of these loose ends are starting to tie themselves up. Now I just gotta keep going, and there's only one way to go from here, forward. So the next question I have is, who placed that wooden box at the scene? It was Mr. Dingling, of course. He connected it to a rope, and then all he had to do was lower it down. Ow! Allow me to thip some sense into you. Mr. Phoenix Wright! Ow! 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 The ringmaster's head could have been anywhere when he lifted the box. That's why the box was so specially made. Specially made? Indeed. It had the most peculiar feature. I feel like... Okay. Let me just look at the box itself. It's hunched over this 20-pound box. It boasts a small but strong lock. It was... The only thing that sticks out to be peculiar is the weight of it. You think with a 20-pound box and with Russell Berry not likely being as strong as some of the other performers at the circus, you think he could be able to just hunch down and try to spend time trying to lift it? The box has a remarkable weight! Weight? According to the court record, it weighs 20 pounds. Just to lift up this wooden box would have required... Oh, I see. One would have to squat down, then lift it up with their body, wouldn't you say? That's exactly what I was trying to point out. The box is also very large. The box also has carrying handles on either side, doesn't it? That is correct. To lift up the box, you'd have to squat down. And if he was hit from the back of the head... That would explain why he was hunched over when he died. He was trying to lift the damn thing up. Which means that no matter who you are, your head would be approximately the same pace. Fool! Does he even bother to listen to me anymore? I've heard what you've had to say. I must admit, I'm shocked at your imaginative skills. Did you do it? Did you place this wooden box in the plaza? Sorry, had to use the bathroom. Mr. Wright may have a vivid imagination, but I could never have done what he's proposing. What? Mr. Wright, do you recall the original location of Max's bust? Of course, I remember. It was on the top of the table in the cafeteria. Then what happened to it? I'd like you to remember one important fact, Mr. Wright. I could not possibly leave the lodging house by myself. That means... You have to understand what I mean, don't you? I may very well have been able to drop the bust from my room. However, how would I have gotten the bust from the cafeteria to my room? You see, Mr. Felix Wright? Explain that! Wait a minute. I'm trying to refresh myself. Didn't Regina say that whenever it came to, like, moving stuff from the cafeteria, she personally brought stuff to Acro? If I remembered that correctly. Don't forget, you said there was no accomplice. Ugh. Tell us exactly how the witness would have carried the bust from the cafeteria. Yep, we definitely have a problem here. Only his food. But this is no place to get perplexed. I've got to get my wits about me and prove how things happened once and for all. All right, Mr. Wright, let us hear your explanation. How did the witness get the bust from the cafeteria back to his room? I think even at that age, she would have a tough time trying to lift that heavy bust. Yeah, it's maddening and you can't say a damn thing.
Dick!
Ha ha ha. How did the witness get the bust from the cafeteria back to his room? Nothing sticks out in evidence, so it has to be a person. I'm gonna have to move forward one way or another. If I take a hit, I take a hit. But this is the only thing I could possibly think of.
Take that!
What do you think about this evidence, fitness? Ow! Here's one for me, too. Maya, kick! Ow, ow, ow! Here I thought the bust was the deadly weapon. Yep, we definitely have a problem here, but there's no place to get perplexed. I don't think the monkey would be that strong. Please. Wait a minute. Okay, how big and how strong is this monkey? Is it really gonna come down to money? I mean, the statue itself has some shiny features. Could it be possible?
Take that!
A monkey? Everyone knows money. He loves shiny objects of any size. Oh, like when he stole the ventriloquist's ring. So, are you saying the witness had a monkey steal the bust? Of course he didn't order the monkey to steal it. The monkey stole it on his own, and then brought it back home. Home? Money lives in Acro's room. Acro's room? But the bust was bronze, wasn't it? Is it? And the bronze isn't all that shiny. Maybe you should put the whip down sometimes and read the court record. My, those are some nice, very nice cards he's holding. Yes, and they are made of platinum, which is very shiny. Ah! Acro. Money is a strong monkey, right? It's easy for him to bring the bust back to your room. If he wasn't able to handle that himself, I'd be on the market for a new roommate. Order, order! I said order! Miss Von Karma! Where is the bust the question at this moment? Ow! Hey, come on! Oh, wait, you fell. Sheesh. We're searching for it as we speak. This is a rather strange turn of events. But let's say that the monkey had not stolen the bust. What would have happened then? Well, in that event, something else would have been used as the murder weapon. Wait! Then you mean this bust was the murder weapon purely by accident? It's possible. Maybe Acro saw Money's mountain of stolen goods and thought to use one of them. Anyways, I think we've more than proven one critical fact. Namely, that it was entirely possible that Acro was the murderer. Moron! Mr. Wright's argument is so circular, I'm still a bit dizzy. However, his argument does hold water. There's no denying that. Ow! Don't seem so flamboozled, especially by this fraud of an attorney. Fraud? You've forgotten the absolute most important thing, Mr. Phoenix Wright. And what is that? You should know. You forgot that your fraud of a magical client was spotted at the scene of the crime. Ugh! There is no reason to doubt the clown's testimony. That's true. How do you respond to that, Mr. Wright? Nick, don't let her beat you now. I won't. This is my chance to turn this trial around. When the murder occurred, there were two people at the scene of the crime. One was the victim, Russell Berry, and the other was the murderer himself. Answer this, and only this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Who was the murderer the clown saw? Oh boy. Yeah, and I don't know if that's just 2 bits or all bits. Either way, I'm screwed. Well, I have a couple of possibilities in my head, but... Who tells me that it's a profile? I don't think the monkey would be able to smoothly go up. It wouldn't be Regina. She would not murder her own father. Okay, I discounted it as a potentially crazy theory earlier, but... If
if it's not Ken. It was a crazy theory, but it might just pan out.
Take that!
What's this supposed to mean? Why is that? It's because you're on the wrong track. Ugh. It's not that. Yes, fast forward through here. Who was the murderer the clown saw? Unless the murder, it's... Is it really coming down to the bust? That's the only thing. If the bust looks like Max, all he had to do was throw on a dark blanket, and that was it.
Take that!
No, you cannot. I asked who was the other person Mo saw on the scene. That evidence has nothing to do with the question. Au contraire, mon frère. It does indeed have something to do with the question. Mo said that he saw Max's silhouette. But he did not actually see the man itself. It wasn't a human being he saw. How is that possible? It's simple, really. What Mo actually saw that night was Max's bust. What are you talking about? Have you tried using your brain at all in this case? The silhouette he saw was wearing a cloak. There's no reason why you couldn't attach a cloak to a bust. It would be easy to hang one off of the cards in the bust's hands. Idiot! Who in the right mind would put a cloak on a bust? It doesn't matter who put it on the bust. Just wait a minute now. Mr. Wright, who put the cloak on the bust? That question is of utmost importance in this case. Do you agree? Okay, I'm really down to my last chances here. Oh, he got me. So let's have it, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust?
Take that!
I wonder... Sorry. His cloak the entire time he was at practice. So then how did this person get a hold of a cloak? Well, further, how would this have gotten on the bust, I wonder? Because this person was not spotted at the scene of the crime, this is probably the wrong answer. This case has easily gone from high to just downright low very fast. Would it have been the victim that somehow managed to put it on?
Take that!
Fool! Him? You're saying it was the victim himself, Russell Berry? That's what I'm saying. The victim himself placed the cloak on the bust? Placed the cloak isn't really the right way of putting it. Then what would be the right way of putting it, Mr. Wright? Explain yourself! Nick, do you really have a handle on all this? I'm fine, Maya. I'm finally putting the pieces all together. There's only one picture I can paint. Anyways. Alright. So you want to know what really happened that night. Let's step back in time. Acro used a rope to lower the wooden box on the scene. Then he attached that rope to the bust, and dangled the bust out of his bedroom window directly above the wooden box. At the same time, the ringmaster told Max to wait in his room and went to the scene. Of course, at the time, the ringmaster was wearing Max's costume. Perhaps he didn't want anyone to recognize him that night. But just as he feared, he was spotted at the entrance of the lodging house by none other than the ventriloquist and his puppet, Ben and Trillo. When the ringmaster arrived at the scene, he bent over to lift the wooden box. And that's when Acro took his chance and released the rope. Now this is when the magic happens. At the very instant that the bust hit the victim, it got caught on the cards! You wait just a second there, Mr. Phoenix Wright! As much as you try, as much as you scheme, this just isn't true! It can't be!
It's still a little early to be getting so upset, Miss Von Karma. Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm getting upset from all this. The circus isn't over yet. What? The impact of the bust of the victim threw the cloak up, which snagged onto the bust. The impact also caused the sound a certain witness heard, prompting him to take a look. That witness was, of course, Lawrence Mo Curls, the clown. When Mo looked out his window, the cloak had already snagged onto the bust. Now, having completed the crime, Acro naturally went about pulling up the murder weapon. Of course, he had no idea that Mo saw the bust being raised with the cloak dangling on it, primarily because in his wheelchair he couldn't see out his window. So he just kept pulling the bust up. And that is how the magical murder disappearing into the sky came to be. So you see, the only person who could have pulled this off is the one person who was able to drop the murder weapon from above the scene of the crime. Acro, it could only been you! Please tell me this is the end. Acro's playing mind games with all of us. He sure has, but he has come to the end of his rope now. So, what now? You've graced us with a rather long-winded tale. But do you have any evidence to prove that your fairy tale is true? Evidence? In this court, only two things matter: the power of evidence and the power of my whip. Don't forget the power of my gavel as well. Mr. Wright, the prosecution brings up a good point. And we see some evidence. I'm just now saving because I don't want to end up having to reload from way back when. Nick, they say they want evidence. I just explained how there can only be one possible murder method. But there's still something unusual about Mo's eyewitness account. Unusual? A contradiction, actually. Okay then, use that and get out of this jam. That's enough talk amongst yourself. Proceed, Mr. Wright. Present some evidence to the court that backs your claims. I want hard proof that you have unraveled the trick to this magic case. Oh, God. Wolf, I know what it is you're trying to tell me to go to, and you're gonna lose your mod privileges at this rate. The problem is Max's 3 symbols. You know, the silk hat, the cloak, and the white roses. Those symbols were a problem numerous times during yesterday's proceedings. Yesterday, there were 2 contradictions about testimony. The silk hat was one, the white roses were the other. But the theory I just presented explains all of the contradictions. You fool, do you ever shut up? Max's silk hat was found at the scene of the crime. However, remember what Mo said yesterday. He testified that the criminal he saw fleeing the scene was wearing a silk hat. There's only one explanation for that. The silk hat that Mo saw was actually the bust's. Makes sense. If you look at it that way, then we see either silk hat. Well, sort of.
Objection!
Fine, you've got one, but what about the other contradiction? The other contradiction? Oh. Remember what that ventriloquist said in court? He said that the witnessed white roses on Max's chest that night. But the clown's testimony doesn't match. The clown said that there were no white roses. I'd like to see you try and explain that one away. Can you do it, Nick? Of course, I can explain all of it. What was that? Please recall the instant when the cloak snagged onto the bust. If the cloak snagged onto the bust, what happened to the white roses? They were hidden behind the cards. Ugh. Do you get it? If the cloak snagged onto the front of the bust, it means that the white roses would end up on the back of the bust. Ah! Which explains why Mo didn't see them. The white roses were not visible because they were on the backside of the bust! Order! Order! This is quite the shocking state of affairs. Mr. Wright's theory still sounds a bit absurd to me. However, let's just keep going down this road for a while and see where it leads. Let's do this, Vic. Then maybe Von Karma will finally throw in the towel. Oh, for fuck's sake. Well, so much for that theory. Mr. Wright, do you mind? What is it? You took the time to research our circus, didn't you? Well, yes, I did. Is there something making you think I didn't? If you did, then maybe you'll understand why I think you're off track. Why is that? Motive. This witness feels an incredible debt of gratitude towards the ringmaster. Anyone with any relation to the circus is well aware of this. Ugh. Yes, all the pets, thank you. Thus, there's absolutely no way someone like this would kill the ringmaster. Your Honor, I'd like you to hear Acro's story. Learn about his relationship with the ringmaster and his life up until now. What do we do? There's no doubting that Acro deeply respected the ringmaster. Acro's motive. It seems that this case isn't over yet. Very well. However, I feel like this is a good place to take a break. I will listen to the rest of Mr. Dingling's testimony after recess. That wasn't it! This court will take a 10-minute recess. To be continued. I want to be done with this. This is painful. I can't believe it. Acro? It's pretty shocking, isn't it? It definitely is, and I think he was always the most straightforward of the group. Jeebus, am I that hated? Acro tried to pin the murder on you on purpose. He did? but I'm nothing but a little old nobody, you know? But you're not, which is kind of the reason why... Oh, hey, pal! Dick! You're gonna ignore me after I went through all the trouble to bring you some evidence? Detective Dick Gumshoe! Forget it, I'm going home. This guy deserves to be guilty anyways. Now, Detective, I'm sorry. Look, why don't you relax a little? You got some really tasty milk. How about a card trick, Detective? Well, if you insist. Now, about that evidence you mentioned, what was it? What is it? Here you go. Huh? This was yesterday's in Acro's room. Yep, and I've included forensic results. Take a look at the latter. Won't Miss Von Karma be mad that you're doing this? That's why this is all a secret. Huh? Look, details are on a need-to-know basis, and we're not really allies or anything, but everything that's happened in court up until now has gone according to our plan. I don't know, Miss Von Karma didn't seem in control of things in there just now. You'll figure it out eventually, pal. Yesterday, our final plans were set into motion. Final plans? Uh-huh. That reminds me, I got a message for you from the prosecutor for you. Nothing is ever truly decided until the very end. That's it. And that's it for me too, pal. I'm out of here. What do you mean by that? The very end part? I'm not sure. It's all pretty cryptic to me. Oh, one more thing. Don't scare me like that! It looks like there's a large care package for the circus from the circus for the defendant. What? For me? It's milk. What is with all the milk? The reception area looks like it's some kind of dairy, so hurry up and drink it all before it spoils. Entire dairy's worth of milk for me? God damn. Order in the court. Court is now back in session. Miss Von Karma, please continue from where you left off. I'd like to continue with Acro's testimony, starting with his relationship to the victim. I'd also like to get proof from the defense. Proof of what kind of motive Acro would have to commit this crime. Understood. Now, Mr. Dingling. Yes, Your Honor? Please proceed with your testimony. Fuck your order. Finally, get to the motive. Wait, Nick, are you okay? Just do me a favor and don't ask questions you don't want the answer to. When we were little, we were abandoned by our parents. That's when the ringmaster of the Big Berry Circus, Russell Berry, took us in. I became an acrobat at around 9 years old.
I wanted to find a way to repay the ringmaster. That was my sole purpose in life. You're such a thoughtful young man. As you heard, the witness deeply respected the victim. I wonder how anyone could think that Acro would kill the man he held in such esteem. You're absolutely right. How could anyone think that, Mr. Wright? Which is why there's no real need for a cross-examination, is there? Actually, that's the question I'm trying to answer myself. Why would Acro kill the ringmaster? This might be my last chance to answer that question. Of course I'll cross-examine. The defense has a right to cross-examine the witness. You're so tactless, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You don't care about justice, do you? You just want to fabricate a motive. Very well, Mr. Wright could cross-examine the witness. I am gonna just save this in its own separate slot, just in case. How would you describe your relationship with the ringmaster? He was like an uncle, a father, and a big brother all rolled up into one. The ringmaster and my brother were the only family I had. What about the other people at the circus? This was over 15 years ago. Back then, there were very few customers coming in, so no one really had the time to look after us. They were worried about other things. But the ringmaster, he could always come to see us with a laugh and a smile. What a beautiful story. That's why I'm always thinking of what I could do to help. I wanted to thank him. Nick, isn't Acro such a wonderful person? I know, he seems like a nice guy, which is what makes this so difficult. So how long have you been a performer? You started off as an acrobat at that early of an age? I begged the ringmaster until he finally agreed to let me do it. Ever since then, I've been in incredible physical shape. That's also when I decided to form a group with my brother. We called ourselves the Flying Dinglingberries. It's nearly a household name. I've even heard of them in Germany. Liar! The point is that I wanted to be of some use to the circus. You're truly a remarkable young man. The judge keeps looking at Acro almost like a proud father. Did you ever have any trouble with the ringmaster? Ow! How could you ask such a thing, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Do you have some sort of fundamental misunderstanding of this witness's testimony? Or the heartfelt emotions contained within? You better think about this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You better think hard. Ow! 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 No matter how you look at it, there's no way I could see this witness ever taking the victim's life. Exactly. I've been waiting for you to say that, Your Honor. Nick, I hate to say it, but I agree with them. I was trying to chase down the truth, but I end up just looking like a jerk. What do you think, Nick? I don't know. I think the more I cross-examine him, the worse I end up looking in the end. You mean, I get the feeling that this cross-examination was a trap. Yeah, Von Karma set you up again. We? Yes, my brother, Sean and I. What? You have a brother? How old were you when this happened, Acro? I was 8 years old and my brother was 4. Your parents were very cruel, weren't they? Nowadays, we aren't bitter about what happened to us, because it allowed us to meet the wonderful people at the very big circus. Nick, the judge is getting misty-eyed. He's got a soft spot for sob stories, it looks like. Ow! No crying in court! Let's keep this going! The witness may proceed with his testimony. I think that will be enough for now. Well, that was a quick turnaround. Pondering whether or not this man would kill the ringmaster leads me to believe that it's pretty unlikely. Exactly right, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, I'd like to ask you a question. Go ahead, Your Honor. I would just like to know... Can you provide an explanation as to why Acro would want the ringmaster dead? Nick? Yeah, I didn't even have to think about it. It was obvious from the start. Your Honor, the reason that Acro killed the ringmaster is something that can't be proven. What? That's because Acro had no reason to kill the ringmaster at all. Ow!
Your foolish attempts to fool us like foolish fools is so foolhardily foolish. Did you forget you made an accusation against the witness, did you not? I believe it was. This is the real killer of the Russellberry Ringmaster. If you want to jump to the end of things, then yes, that sounds about right. The end of things? Acro. You didn't plan to kill the Ringmaster at all, did you? The Ringmaster wasn't your target that night. What did you just say? I'm saying that the target of the witness's murderous plot was not the Ringmaster. Because it was never his intention to kill Russellberry to begin with. What? Order, order! Bailiff, I don't care who it is. Smack anyone who is loud in the face. Twist! Twice if you must. Ouch! Mr. Wright, what in the world are you trying to do in my court? Ow! Mr. Phoenix Wright, what in the world are you trying to do in this court? Are you attempting that Acro is attempting to kill someone else? Possibly as revenge.
Take that!
Regina Barry? This young girl is the Ringmaster's daughter, correct? Acro, you were really aiming for her that night, weren't you?
Objection!
You don't need to answer that. It's a mean-spirited leading question.
Objection!
He could easily answer this question. If I'm wrong, all he has to say is you're wrong. That's it. That's it, huh, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Enough! Mr. Wright, allow me to... Ow! The only thing allowed to interrupt me is death itself! Huh? And that goes for you too, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Show me evidence now! I want to know why Acro would want to kill Regina Barry. Yes, me too. I demand to see some proof. Present evidence that proves Acro was out to kill this young girl. Because she was a twit. Okay, there are a few pieces of evidence that pop to mind. Leon, and the bottle of pepper, and this. All I know is that it relates to evidence that relates to the incident 6 months ago. Oh wait, there could be a fourth because this was placed in Regina's pocket. So there are a few things that stick out, but I'm probably gonna put this as one of them.
Take that!
Acro, you remember this, don't you? It's a piece of paper that we found inside the Ringmaster's tailcoat. Inside the victim's tailcoat? Acro wrote this note. It's ironically entitled, "To the Murderer." Its purpose was to call someone to the plaza at 10 p.m. So you're saying that he called Russellberry with that note? Yes, but there's just one little problem. Problem? Acro did indeed place this note into someone's pocket. However, that someone was not the Ringmaster. You mean, it wasn't for the... That's exactly what I mean. The person so intended for is none other than Regina Barry! Order, order, order! Mr. Wright, this little theory of yours. It's the truth, Your Honor. It isn't a theory. Simply put, Regina didn't think the note was meant for her, which is why, the morning of the crime, she placed it on the cafeteria bulletin board. That's when her father, the Ringmaster, saw the note? That's correct. The Ringmaster ended up in the plaza instead of Regina. And he was killed because of that mistake. Instead of Regina. That's incredible. Remember the testimony that Acro gave us earlier today? Lifting the bust and looking out the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. If I were to do that, I'd end up falling out the window myself. Acro had no idea who it was that arrived in the plaza, because he couldn't look down out of his window to see who it actually was. I got it! Acro thought it was Regina down in the plaza. And that's when he let the bust fly. Hey, Nick, isn't Regina listening to all this from the audience? She is. Unfortunately, it's only going to get harsher from here. I hope Regina can handle it. Acro wrote this note to Regina?
Objection!
Foolishly foolish fool with... You're so foolish you've even made it sound like foolhardy fool. Very well, Mr. Phoenix Wright. If you're so sure, then tell us about this line. I have conclusive evidence of what took place.
Yes? What about that line? Well, if the note was meant for Regina Berry, it would mean that this note is declaring Regina Berry is the murderer. You just don't get it, don't you? What? What did you just say? The ringmaster knew what that note meant, which is why he went to the plaza in place of his lovely daughter. Hold it right there, Mr. Wright. What is this incident that it all is alluded into in the note? The incident 6 months ago. I know all about it. An incident occurred 6 months ago. And I overrode the earlier save now that we're actually on the right track here. And now I am more than ready to show this court what happened at that time. Moron! Wait, are you sure that it relates to the present case? It does indeed, Your Honor. Everything in this case has its start in what happened 6 months ago. Really, Nick? I think so. Well then, if that's the case, hurry up and tell us about it. What is this conclusive evidence mentioned in the note? I know. Oh, I'd certainly like to know what it is. If I can't answer that question, the judge is going to think I'm bluffing. The conclusive evidence about the incident 6 months ago is actually... well, it was in the box.
Take that!
Achoo! 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 What kind of spicy joke is this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? It isn't a joke at all. It's the decisive evidence you asked for. What do you mean? Recall that the victim was trying to take the wooden box away with him. He was doing so because the piece of decisive evidence is what was inside. Another unbelievable conclusion. Very well, Mr. Wright. So what exactly are you saying? Are you claiming that Regina Berry killed someone with a small bottle of pepper? Well, the trope is beware the nice ones. Whether she did it willingly or unwittingly, I don't know. Taking the note into account, that's the only logical conclusion you can draw. Foolish fool who never tires of his own foolishness ways. If you're so sure, Mr. Perrick, then answer this question. Who was Regina Berry's intended victim? Who's this? That is Acro's younger brother. What does this prove? His younger brother isn't dead? Technically, that's true. However, Bat has been in a coma for 6 months now. It's not a stretch to see how Acro could feel that his brother is dead. Regina, she did that to him? Do you spend your entire life dreaming up new ways to be a fool? Naturally, the prosecution has looked into Acro's brother, Sean Dingling. 6 months ago, he was bit by a lion and fell into his current comatose state. Lion? Regina, I mean, Miss Regina Berry is an animal tamer by trade. However, no tamed animal in that position is ever trained to attack another human. They wouldn't understand the command. Moreover, Miss Regina could never do something like that. It's just not in her. So then what happened to Acro's brother? He's not the victim of an attempted murder. He's the victim of an accident. I see. Now what do we do? No one seems to be going along with your theory. Do you think what happened to Bat was actually an accident? It was more than that. The lion biting Bat was no accident at all. What? You're such an amateur, Mr. Phoenix Wright. There is no way that Regina would ever incite her lion to attack another human being. She may not have incited the lion to attack another human being, but Regina is responsible for making the lion bite Acro's brother Bat. That's just a scarf. Acro. This scarf is something that Bat used to wear, correct? That's right. And who is the one that gave this scarf to Bat? Regina. Regina gave it to him. Regina? There's something more than just blood on this scarf, Your Honor. And what might that be? Pepper. Pepper? Pepper. Regina gave this scarf to Bat right before the accident, and she covered it with as much pepper as she could. Hey, what's with the silent treatment? And stop with the fucking hummingbird! Excuse me, Mr. Wright.
You've done a good job of fingering a criminal, but out of curiosity, what was her crime? Miss Berry gave a pepper-colored scarf to Bat as a present. Where's the crime in that? It still seems like the judge just doesn't get it. Come on, Judge. This is very obtuse. Are you really that obtuse? I have a feeling that it's going to come down to presenting the fact that... Yeah, Leon.
Mr. Phoenix Wright, wasn't it said that the lion seemed to be smiling?
Smiling? The lion was smiling?
Right before Bat was bit by the lion. For a moment, the lion's mouth changed and it looked like he was smiling.
Lions smile?
I've never heard of them smiling, however...
Lions sneeze.
What? Leon wasn't trying to bite Bat at all.
In reality, all he did was sneeze.
Yeah, good luck trying to keep your mouth open when you sneeze. He sneezed because of all the pepper on the scarf.
What?
You fool!
You've got to be kidding me!
Objection!
What's the matter, Mrs. Von Karma? Ms. Von Karma,
I object for objection's sake. Mr. Phoenix Wright, this theory, you believe it? You really intended to say that this is how this joke of an accident actually happened?
Boy, she is getting furious.
Of course I do. It's the truth. The lion sneezed due to the pepper, and that's when Bat lost consciousness. Acro nearly lost his brother due to this accident, or this joke, as you put it. Which is why he tried to get his revenge against Regina. You foolish idiot!
It almost does seem like a terrible joke, doesn't it? Once again, I'm impressed by your imagination, Mr. Wright. To think that there's someone who treats this accident with the respect it deserves. Are you telling me that that's what I said was true?
Acro, you can't mean fitness? Are you confirming the defense's claim?
Mr. Wright, unfortunately, your imagination is not enough to find me guilty of murder.
What do you mean by that?
The pepper, the scarf, the lion, I see where you're going, but it's a bit hard to swallow. Not to mention the fact that there's an even bigger problem with your theory.
What would that problem be?
The same problem it's always been. Evidence. If I drop Max's bust on top of the ringmaster, where is the evidence that proves that claim? You mean the conclusive evidence? The biggest problem is the murder weapon, or the lack thereof, to be more precise. The murder weapon. The bust that the defense claimed was used. If that were to be found in Acro's room, and if it was covered with the victim's blood, that would be awfully conclusive in my eyes.
Yes, it would be.
The bust.
Nick, you gotta do something.
This is the last step. If I get this one right, the case is won. If there happens to be blood on the bust, and there might be some forensic evidence to be found, request a search.
The defense requests to search the room of the witness, Ken Dingling. What is it now?
It looks like you still haven't figured things out, have you? By now you must know the meaning of Von Karma total justice.
You mean... Von Karma never leaves anything to chance. We've already searched Acro's room yesterday. What did you find?
There was no reason to even say it. If we found what you think we found in that room, Acro would not be here as a witness. But to put a point on it, Max's bust was not in the room. The murder weapon is still unaccounted for. You see, Mr. Wright, the bust wasn't in my room. Furthermore, Detective Dick Gumshoe executed the search by complete surprise, and we took Acro directly to the prosecutor's office after that. End of story.
Just wait a second. Something's funny about all this.
It looks like you lack the final nail to put in my coffin. But what about the scarf? What about the note? What about them, Mr. Wright? No offense, but the only evidence that is relevant here is that which pertains to the death of the ringmaster. You should know that by now. Ugh! Do something, Nick. Don't let this case slip away. Are we about to have a Mia out-of-box moment here? The bust, where is it now? Where is the bust right now? You're Phoenix, right? You know where that bust is. I'm sure you do. I don't, actually. There's not even a single clue. How am I supposed to know where the bust is? It seems this case is coming to a close. The defense's counter-arguments look to have fallen short. Thank you for your support. I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Wright. I think that brings to an end the cross-examination of this witness. Hold it! Where is Max's bust? The defense needs time to prepare to present its case. Sorry, I'm a bit nervous. I just bit my tongue. Ow. What? We need time to do what? Ow! Why are you the most surprised person here? She's your aide, isn't she? Do you really have a case to present, Mr. Wright? Oh, good grief. What? Are you asking me? The rest is up to you, Nick. Good luck. Hey, wait, you can't be serious. Acrobats always have their lives on the lines, don't they? That's how Acro's lived his life up until now. Now it's time for us to walk across our own tightrope. If we don't, we're certain to lose. Very well, the defense may proceed. He doesn't have a clue, and I don't think he'll be finding one anytime soon. Walking the tightrope of logic, there's no room for a false step. Sink or swim, the only way through is forward. The murder weapon. Where is Max's bust now? It can't really be in the courtroom right now, is it? No, I don't think that's the case. Think. I almost feel like just Troy saying somewhere in this courtroom just because of that because of the outlandish chance that could be the case. But it's got to be somewhere in the located in the big top somewhere. If it's not in the lodging house, it's got to be hiding somewhere along the big top. Wait a minute. Unless that's thinking... Well, Christ's sake. Well, I'm gonna leap on the chance that there could be... that it's an outside-the-box moment. It's obvious. The bust inside this very courtroom. It's obviously where? Allow me to pinpoint the location of the bust once and for all. Is it among the... Is it really hiding in the witness's chair? Acro, I'm sorry to ask this, but do you mind if I take a blanket off your wheelchair? I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear you, Mr. Wright. Well, you are a big guy, and you have a pretty big wheelchair because of it. I just wanted to make sure you weren't hiding anything under that blanket, because it seems to me that it'd be really easy to say, hide a bust under there? Once again, your penchant for humor hits me where it hurts, Mr. Wright. I think it's pretty amazing that you can laugh in your position. However, your lightheartedness doesn't change the fact that the bust is under there. We all know that you can't leave the lodging house by yourself in your condition. That proved inconvenient when Miss Karma happened to search your room yesterday. If she had found the murder weapon in your room, it would have been all over, which is why you had to hide it, in the only place that you could hide it, under your wheelchair. Which is why, Acro, I have to ask you again.
Would you please remove the blanket from your lap? Well done, Mr. Wright. Masterfully played. You fool! How could you? You've got me. I've been bagged by a real pro. Actually, 2 of them. 2 of them? Miss Franziska von Karma and Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? There's just one thing I'd like to know. How did you know to launch the surprise search of my room last night? Huh? There were 2 pieces of decisive evidence, the cloak and the bust. I burned the cloak in my room and threw the ashes away with the trash. Regina always took my trash out every morning, you know. But the bust, obviously I couldn't throw that away. When you executed your search, all I could do was try and hide the bust. And the only place that I could hide it quickly was under this wheelchair. Miss Von Karma, you had things all figured out, didn't you? I was completely sucked in by your calculated strategy. And now to be caught in the middle of the court hiding the murder weapon, there's no way I can escape that. So you've got me. Well done, Mr. Wright. Well done, Miss Von Karma. It all makes sense now. I can't believe that Von Karma thought that far ahead. It's amazing. Probably for all the wrong reasons. Aha, you definitely couldn't tell by looking at her. I know I sure couldn't. I can't believe it. Me? Made a mistake? Why did I order a surprise search of your room? If only I had done that. It seems we finally arrived at the truth. Acro. Yes, Your Honor. Did you kill the ringmaster of Big Circus, Mr. Russell Berry? Yes, Your Honor. I'm responsible for that crime. Acro. All my brother wanted was for Regina to like him. That's why he'd tease her. One day, my brother sprinkled some pepper on Regina. She started sneezing so hard, you couldn't help yourself from laughing. That's why Regina thought it'd be funny to get him back in the same way. And that's why she covered the scarf with pepper. I know she didn't mean for anything bad to happen. I know this. She just wanted to make my brother sneeze a few times, too. But I just couldn't forgive her, no matter what. What I am truly guilty of, I'm guilty of never ever being able to understand her. Your brother became a star. Regina believes that in that so purely that she would laugh innocently when saying it. Too innocently. I just couldn't stand it. No matter how hard I tried. That's when you decide to do something about Regina. How dreadful. So you're saying that you are a victim in all of this as well? No, that's not what I mean. I'm nothing but a murderer. That's who I am. At first, I thought I'd kill myself. Then I pondered giving myself up. But I couldn't just up and leave. I just couldn't. Not yet. That's why I tried to pin this on Max. Max, I am so sorry. I just couldn't up and leave yet. This has been such a strange case. It's almost a reflection of the circus itself. I'm an idiot. I can't believe it. You beat me again. I believe this case is now beyond any point of possible discussion. Thus, I'd like to declare my verdict. Not guilty. Oh, Christ. This court is adjourned. All right, you're free to speak. Fabulous! But to be honest, I can't really be too happy about this. Acro, the Ringmaster, Regina, and Bat. Not a single one of them was a bad person inside, huh? That's a good question, and one I don't know the answer to. Many congrats, but only at max a billion of them. Thank you. What's the vibe in this room? We're just thinking about Acro. No. If you worry about people too much, then you'll be like this forever and never be happy. Huh? Ah! She's been like this for a while now. Ah! Sweetie pie. That and Acro, they're never coming back! Now everyone's gonna split up! Regina. Mr. Wright, tell me something. What do you want to know, Regina? Oh my god, I'm almost crying right now. Acro said something right at the end. I just couldn't up and leave yet. Does that mean that Acro, is he gonna try and get his revenge on me? I don't think so. Not at this point. He's not gonna do that to you, Regina. Are you sure? You really sure? I can believe that? Yeah, Acro doesn't have any desire for revenge anymore. If that's true, then I want to see some evidence. Huh? I want to know you're not just making that stuff about Acro not wanting revenge. Oh, God. Is there a piece of evidence here? Yeah, you're free to this. This doesn't count as a part of the trial. Is it his brother?
Take that!
Acro didn't want to get caught for a reason. He wanted to see his brother open his eyes again. But Bat! That's right, Aunt Regina. He's still alive, you know. I never knew. But now that Acro's been caught... Uh-huh. I know! What? I'll do it. I'll stay next to Bat as long as it takes. Until he opens his eyes. And then he can meet... until he can meet Acro again. That's so sweet of you, Regina. I'm sorry, Acro. I'm sorry, Bat. Well, hopefully this is enough to give her a little peace of mind. Hey, Max. What is it, Mo? We really put you through a lot, didn't we, buddy? I'm sorry about what happened. So whenever you'd like to leave us, I'll pay your fee and rip up the contract. I understand. What a fabulous thing to do for me. I might even leave tomorrow. What's going to happen to the circus now? That's the big question. Our ringmaster was really an amazing person, wasn't he? Even though he's not here anymore, everyone is sticking together. The staff, the performers, no one wants to leave the circus. That's why I've made a decision. What is it? I've decided that I will take over as the new ringmaster. I'll turn the circus into the best circus this world has ever seen. The best circus the world has ever seen? Don't laugh! That's quite the goal. Yay, I can't wait! Then I guess that changes things. Huh? There's only one thing the best circus the world has ever seen needs. The world's best illusions. Which means the circus needs the best magician the world has ever seen. Oh boy. Max! Let's work together and make our own circus super fabulous! What do you say, big guy? I don't know what to say. All I can say is thank you. Regina, you're gonna help them too, aren't you? I don't know. Maybe the circus would be better off without me. What are you talking about, Regina? Why do you think I brought you into court today? We got to work together to make the Big Berry Circus bigger than it's ever been. Mo's right, sweetie pie. It can't be the Big Berry Circus without Regina Berry. Max. Nick! It seems like everything is going to turn out all right here. I can't wait to go see the best circus the world has ever seen. We'll save you the most fabulous seats. It'll take us a while to get ready, but I'm going to order special whoopee cushion seats. I see. What made the case? Yesterday's surprise raid, it really paid off, just like you said it would, sir. You got it all figured out, didn't you? Who's he speaking to? It was just a theory. If Acro really was the killer, I thought this was the only way it could end. especially if he was the defense attorney. You mean Mr. Wright? Is he speaking with Miles? Of course. Well, Detective, my plane is about to leave. As for Mr. Acro's case, you need not worry. I plan to personally stop by the Chief Prosecutor's office as soon as I get back. Understood, sir. I'll be waiting for you, Mr. Edgeworth. Holy shit. I mean, I knew that he was not dead. Farewell, my turnabout. Now, the moment you all been waiting for. Who will be this year's Grand Prix champion? Who will be our hero of heroes? Eat last year's Jamma, or maybe a Captain Saipan all the way from the tropical island of Saipan. I see students of a certain starry school are earning to win. And global hero Onya Kopon want to go home without the prize. We hope Lady Luck is with all our heroes tonight. And now, the winner of the 3rd annual Hero of Heroes Grand Prix is me! Whoa! The true hero of the night has appeared in our midst! Is that supposed to be the Steel Samurai? It looks like this year's Grand Prix goes to this fantastic warrior! The Nickel Samurai! Too bad, Jamma Ninja. Looks like the title eluded you again this year. March 20th, 7:42 p.m. Gatewater Hotel, Viola Hall. Oh, right. Where's the Penny Samurai? He got discontinued. It was too expensive to make. All right, yes. Did you hear that, Nick? Did you? The Nickel Samurai, he did it. Yeah, he sure did. I'm getting too old for this. God damn it. Oh, come on. Oh, proud of the... Ow, hey, come on. Oh, I'm proud of the guy for doing the series justice. So the person everyone was cheering for? I guess he got the prize. Yep. You know who we're talking about, right, Pearly? The Nickel Samurai. No, every Sunday I only watch the Education Channel's Kids Masterpiece Theater. Okay, that's it. From now on, it's the Nickel Samurai. All the kids watch it. Do you like the Nickel Samurai too, Mr. Nick? Nah, Nick's an old fart. He's not allowed to watch it anymore. That's right, but I do like Kids Masterpiece Theater. Hey, I didn't know you were so young at heart, Nick. Mr. Nick, you're a grown-up. You're not allowed to watch it anymore. You're supposed to act your age and have interests that match. It's very important. Aw, give it a rest, Pearly. Looks like I made the right choice in inviting everyone here. I'm glad you're all having a good time. It's like a dream. Too bad for the Jamma Ninja, though. Last year, he lost to the Pink Princess, warrior of little old Tokyo. I thought this might be his year. Yeah. Oh, hey, did anyone else think that Jamma Ninja looked a bit different today? Different? What do you mean? Well, he wasn't carrying his bright red guitar. Hey, you're right. Strange he'd walk around without his signature guitar. I will never understand these people and their shows. Anyway, Mr. Powers, thank you so much for tonight. It was nothing. I owe you one, so it's just my way of saying thanks. Hey, Nick, come on. It's time to get going to the lobby. There's a post-ceremony stage show that's supposed to start real soon. And then I heard there's going to be a press conference after that. Press conference? Is he going to make a speech about winning this year's prize? Well, not exactly. Something about the Nickel Samurai confessing something. Confessing? Sounds very serious. Ah, Nick, come on. You don't want us to be the last ones there, do you? Yeah, Mr. Nick, don't you? Why me? The show doesn't even start for another 20 minutes. Thank you very much for inviting us today. Oh, it was nothing, really. Guys like us don't get to come to a place like this often, so I thought I'd invite y'all. Hey, Mr. Powers, what have you been up to lately?
Well, since the Pink Princess successfully wrapped this month, I've been on a kid's exercise show while wearing a rabbit mask over my face.
Oh, I see.
I'm still really sorry about that headache I caused you that time, Mr. Wright.
Well, what's done is done, so let's forget about it.
This is Will Powers. He's an action star. His popularity exploded when he was the Steel Samurai, and he was the first case I worked on with me.
It's too bad you look scary. Are people that know, oh, you're a real softie who's good with kids?
Thanks.
Can't believe they're going to make a movie based on the Nickel Samurai. I can't believe it either, but for a different reason.
Steel Samurai, an epic story of one in a desperate fight against his arch-nemesis, the evil magistrate in the city of Neo-Old Tokyo. And last year, they started a new series, The Nickel Samurai. The new series seems to be a hit with the kids, too. Oh, excuse me. I'm really attached to the Steel Samurai as a show, so I was hoping that maybe I'd get a chance to do something in this new one.
Yeah, it's too bad. It's been awesome to see you with a new actor, Matt Ungard. He's super popular right now. Mr. Ungard? Looks like Pros doesn't know who he is. This year it's going to be the Nickel Samurai versus Jammin' Ninja at the box office.
Jammin' Ninja? Who's that again?
So who's this Jammin' Ninja again? He's a hero, duh. His symbol is the bright red guitar he's always carrying.
A ninja who's always carrying around a bright red guitar? How does that even work?
With a scarf around his neck and a guitar in hand, he rises to stardom in an ancient time.
A ninja who becomes a star.
Tanuki! Yeah, a ninja who becomes a star.
There's a strong rivalry between the two of them. Global Studios Nickel Samurai and Worldwide Studios Jammin' Ninja. They even air at the same time.
You know what I heard? I heard those two don't get along at all. The Nickel Samurai's on guard, and the guy who plays Jammin' Ninja, I mean.
The Nickel Samurai speaks French? Oh, you mean Matt Ungard, the actor. I guess even in the world of heroes, this is a sparkling, happy place. Yeah. Holy moly, what a lot of talking. Wow, what's with this place? Looks like I've stumbled into Oz or something. Way in the back, there's a sign for the bathroom. I should visit it while I can before the show starts. There are bathrooms for people who aren't staying here to use as well. Perfect for people like me who can't afford to stay here in the first place. But yet it taunts you right outside your office window every day. Compared to the flowers on the other side of the hall, these are much more gorgeous. Let's see. Record companies, fan clubs, company workers, family. Carrying all these flowers home would be hard, I think. I can understand flowers in front of the dressing rooms, but what are stuffed bears doing here? Could it be that there's an action star with a soft spot for teddy bears? Nah, it can't be. To Mr. Ungard from the Global Studio staff. It'd be nice if lawyers got flowers too. Something like, to Mr. Wright from all your grateful clients. There's a piece of paper tapped to the door that says Juan Cordia's room. Juan Cordia. His name sounds like a star's name. I heard it before, but I don't know anything about him at all. Juan Cordia. I wonder if that's the actor that plays the Jammin' Ninja. Says Matt Ungard's room. Matt Ungard, I heard that name before. Oh yeah, Maya's always yammer about him like obsessed fan she is. Sounds like the post-ceremony show is about to start. Alright, I'm so pumped. I wonder if he's going to show off his special moves today. Nickel Samurai smelting. Actually, what I'm interested in most is the press conference. You mean the big confession the Nickel Samurai show is going to make after the show? So, what is it? Don't you know about what it's about, Mr. Powers? Well, I'm not the Steel Samurai anymore, so I don't have any idea. Bah. Sorry. So I guess you're all going to the press conference then? Yeah, of course. If that's the case, then here, take these tickets so you can get in. Oh boy.
And the evidence already starts and the crime hasn't even been done yet. Seems like the Nickel Samurai is going to confess something after the post-stage ceremony show. Thank you very much. Let's get to go into the lobby. It looks like it's over this way, Mr. Nick. Okay, for great justice! It's a pre-crime evidence. Only a really gaudy hotel would have such a large gaudy lobby to match. I think you're going to have the post-ceremony show over there. They're using a compact stage, I see. Oh, I'm all ready to use my special samurai power. That looks like she's ready to start a fight. Watch it, she's gotta throw hands! Your attention, please. Your attention, please. The Nickel Samurai post-ceremony stage show will not be held tonight due to unforeseen circumstances. What? Why? Ow, you didn't have to pinch me. Pinch yourself if you don't believe it. We're asking for everyone's cooperation at this time, so please stay where you are. This is a special request from the police. Uh-oh, someone is dead. Police? Did they just say police? Do you want me to go check out what's going on? Wait, I'll come with you. Freeze! You two, didn't you hear the answer just now? It's just finished telling you not to move. That voice, I've heard that voice somewhere before. Uh-oh, it's Dick. Honestly, youth these days can't be bothered to listen to other people when they talk. Just the other day, it was the same thing. There was a small phone that said, beware, bridge, out. And out comes the stop looking up to the bridge. I tried to tell you, oh, wait a minute. Is it Meekins? It's gotta be Meekins. There's no way Dick would fit in this big, small thing. And, oh my god, he's rambling. Shut up! This is non-stop chatter. It can't be. Miss Old Bag. Oh no, not her! What is it, you young whippersnappers? Do I know you? Wait, your powers, aren't you? Yeah, about what happened back then. You didn't even get nominated this year, did you? Oh, that's right. You're doing that children's exercise program, trying to play nice. Yeah, that's me. Thankfully, I still have a job. I love that show, and you're a hoot. You're the Big Brother character, right? Yeah, secretly a face covered mask. You know, you're the giant rabbit. What a work of art, but how is it, you know? I mean, if you don't want to wear the mask, who knows what teens you break? Really, you sing everything around you. They get everything they deserve. That's why they can share the area. Someone did a crime. Yeah, I would argue there's another crime going on right now, and it's death by Old Bag. Look at my uniform. Can't you tell? Oh, I'm a member of security. But that outfit... Annoying, noisy brats get the blaster. Oh, for Pete's sake! Miss Oldbag, what are you doing here? What happened to your position at Global Studios? Oh, that old place? Well, since that incident, they've been letting people go. When they cut the security team, I got the pink slip. What incident? What did you do? I didn't do anything, you young'un! Don't you remember? That incident a year ago, when this lady got on the witness stand and testified. Yeah. And you, weren't you the one who was bullying me, this fragile girl at heart? I plead the fifth. Death my old lady snoo-shoo. Shut up! No! Ew! I don't even want to dignify that! But, you know, I think maybe I rubbed the Emperor management the wrong way by testifying. Guess that has to be it. Everything is all your fault. Me? I thought about being a bodyguard at first, after being handed old Pinky. You, a bodyguard? For your friend, that fiery, good-looking guy with a red jacket and ruffles. Mr. Edgeworth? But that sort of arrangement would be entirely too troublesome for me. Stud likes old lady fun bags. No! 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 Fuck no! That's what he said to me. What did I ever do to deserve that? So did something happen? Ow, hey, come on! But it looks like another one of those incidents happened again. An incident, like a murder kind of incident? Maybe, you'll see. I'm a bit of a devilish woman. So wherever I go, showers of blood are sure to follow. Bet you didn't know that. Oh, no! I don't want to know that! I don't want to know that! No! Then shouldn't you quit being a security guard, at least for other people's sake? Silence, whippersnapper! Oh, for Pete's sake. Hey, Nick. What is it? I don't like that devilish smile playing on your lips. Let's make like we're going to the bathroom, check things out. No way, the police told us not to go anywhere, remember? Huh? How boring! You're such a boring guy. You've got no motivation, no spirit. Huh? What's going on? Are you giving Mystic Maya trouble again, Mr. Nick? Not you too, Pearls. Please, don't stick your little nose into this one. So listen to this, Pearly. This one time aim at lawyer camp. Nick. Okay, I get it. Let's go take a look. Yay! I knew you wouldn't say no to me, Nick. That's right. You walk over miles for hot coals for Mystic Maya, wouldn't you, Mr. Nick? That would be every time we work a case together. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go, Ray. You can come along too, Pearly. Goody! I get to come! Okay, well, I think that's where we're probably gonna, well, as soon as I get out of this. There's nothing really ordinary out here. Are you looking for the incident that the old lady was talking about? Doesn't look like it happened here. Well, better go look somewhere else. All right, then. Let's try... Excuse me. Heck! Oh, no. What the heck? Who calls Frankenstein's butler? Are you by chance Miss Maya Fey? Yeah, that's me. You have a phone call waiting for you at the front desk. A call? I wonder if it's someone from Korean Village. What's wrong, Mystic Maya? Oh, nothing. You guys go on ahead. I'll be right there, okay? Okay. Frankenstein butt. Right this way, Miss Fey. Let's go somewhere else now, Mr. Nick. Yeah, okay. It's a little exciting and a little scary. Ugh. Yeah. Maybe look somewhere quiet, possibly. I told you I get people the info they want, which means they got a right to know. Nope, don't care who you are, pal. We're still investigating, so you can't go in. What's your problem? Just wait. It'll be all over the paper, morning paper. Scruffy detective secret scandal reveal. You'll see. I'll get you back. Those two sound pretty serious. That southern accent could only mean, oh no, not lot of hair. I mean heart. Hey, Wright. Hey, Lotta. Come on, do a gal favor and just tell this cop I'm doing my job and I got rights. You! Detective Gumshoe. Hey, pal, help a guy out. Tell her that only the police are allowed here. This is the scene of a murder, so she could leave us to us pros. Murder? Aw, shoot, me and my big mouth. See, I knew it. My gut instinct told me so. I always trust my gut. A murder, it said, and that's what it is, a genuine murder. Hey, wait! Yeehaw, a murderer of a big star, no less. Oh, man, I'm in trouble now. So, Detective Gumshoe, a murder? No, that's not it. I got my facts mixed up for a second there, pal. Mr. Nick, is the dead person the Nickel Samurai? Huh? Why'd you ask? Well, Mr. Maya was rooting for him, so... Yeah, thank you for the pets. It wasn't the Nickel Samurai that got bumped. Actually, the Nickel Samurai is the one under suspicion of doing the bumping off. What? The guy that died was this hero named the Jammin' Ninja, pal. The Jammin' Ninja? That woman with the big puffy hair that looks like cotton candy. You mean Lotta? That woman. She was there that time too, right? That time? When Mystic Maya did that channeling. Oh, that time. Well, Lotta's a journalist, so that's why she was there. Journalist? It looks like she was hanging around here before the murder happened. Hanging around? Yeah, hiding in wait for front of the Jammin' Ninja store, pal. Oh, why would she? She wouldn't tell me, pal. Just said something about getting my big scoop. Scoop? What sort of news could she be after? So the victim was the Jammin' Ninja? Mr. Jammin' Ninja? He was on a really popular rival TV show called To the Nickel Samurai. Oh! The victim was the action star, Juan Cordia. I called it. He got a huge push and rode the express train to stardom. I mean, even I know who he is. Yeah, even I recognize his face. But I heard lately that Matt Ongard's been taking the wind out of his sail. I'm telling you, pal, as far as who's popular, those two are hogging all the limelight. I guess there's no space for Mr. Powers at all, huh? Poor guy. Mr. Ongard, that's the Nickel Samurai, right? Yep. I mean, no! You've got to say it with more oomph, the Nickel Samurai! Anyway, so now that Juan Cordia is gone, that means Mr. Ongard has the whole stage to himself, wouldn't you say? I wouldn't bet on it, pal. We can't have that happen, you know? Can't have that happen? What's that supposed to mean, I wonder? I suppose we gotta move back. Oh, finally a little bit of quiet moments, but we'll pick this up next Sunday. I'm finally glad to get past that third case. That was a nightmare during that first part of the third day, but once the things started to click back again, I'm glad I finally got through with it. Ugh, not my finest moment. But we'll pick that up next Sunday, and as for this Thursday, we'll continue our playthrough of the latest Hyrule Warriors game.